So I'm back again. I said I'd go live at 4:15, so we have a couple of minutes. I am going to make, actually I'm going to see if this works on my computer so I can see your questions. My vision's so bad I can't read off my phone, and the camera on my phone is much better than my computer. So let me refresh this. One of these days I'll get this right. Oh, there I am. How convenient. I have my sound off on my computer so it doesn't interrupt with us talking or me talking. But I'm going to show a couple of different things. Hey Renee, good to see you again. Thanks for tuning in all day today. So I'm making lemon dilly salmon skewers. This was a recipe given to me by a friend of mine, Sue Hayner. Gosh, it's been 2 years now, maybe more. But the idea of having salmon skewered with lemon wedges in between, seasoned up. In her recipe had fresh oregano, salt, pepper, crushed red pepper, lots of different things in there. And since Epicure came along, I've gotten it more simple with using lemon dilly and the souvlaki seasoning, along with the lemons, the herb garlic, sea salt, and we'll throw a little crushed red pepper on when we do them. Salmon is super easy to make. I love it. We eat it about once a week and in different ways. I will make extra, if I have extra herbs in the house, roasted garlic, I'll make up herb butters, and I can simply just slice the herb butter that's been frozen, put it on top of the fish, a few lemon slices, and broil it in the oven. Makes it really easy, and it's just good for you. It's clean, it's easy to eat. Yes, I do buy the farm-raised salmon. It's readily available. I ran down to Wayans Fish today, but they have closed their retail store for now until we can, get out of this social distancing thing. But we all need to stay safe and stay at home. So while we're waiting to start with salmon and get a few more people on here, I'm going to talk a little bit about Epicure's Stay Safe, Stay Home collections. It is a bundle of 30 meal solution packs and a couple of desserts that just gives you a variety. So you're not buying 3 of everything, you're buying 1s and 2s of things. They have menus for the whole month, grocery lists, everything you need so you know what you have to get. They're available now. Reach out to the consultant that invited you to this group to find out more. I'll post something, or maybe Marcy can, in this group about the Stay at Home, Stay Safe collections. They're really good. I'm going to actually buy one for me, so that way I have a nice variety of everything. So, I'm going to put on some gloves because my hands are beat up with all this hand washing, and maybe from my knitting too. My local friends know I'm a big knitter. I have 2 grandbabies on the way. I'm so very excited. So I've started with the baby blanket knitting. They'll both be here in the fall. And it's an exciting time for Bob and I, and for our kids. So it's hard to, unless you're going to a fishmonger, you're going to get your fish with the skin on. So I'm going to show you how to take the skin off of this piece of salmon, and then we'll go from there and put together some kebabs. So what I like to do first, let me move this out of the way, you can see this, is I like to slice along the skin. So I have a thin, very sharp knife. I do sharpen my knives myself, but you can also just take them. A lot of times your local butcher shop will sharpen them for you, or you can take them to Sur La Table, and I believe also Williams-Sonoma has a sharpening service there. If you bought the knife from them, they will do it. So I just got it started. So I got the skin separated here, and I turn the fillet over. Now I've got my blade of knife, and I'm just going to run it along the skin and just ever so slightly angle it upward to the skin. and just keep slicing along. And you actually really want the blade almost to be touching the skin. And once you get this going, it'll go pretty quick. So see how I got my blade just a little bit up against the edge of the skin? And here we go. A lot of people are afraid to do stuff like this. It's not that hard. I'm not getting a good slice on this end here. This is the thinner part of the salmon. I'm probably going to trim that off. I'll save that, either cook it up for the dog, put it in the freezer, make salmon patties with it. Just different things you can do with it. You don't have to waste it. But I don't like the skin, and not many people do. So, here we have it all cleaned up. This is a little raggedy edge. I'm going to take this off, put it with my other scraps. I've already done a couple of these. I've got a little bit of tissue here that I don't want. I often call this the bloodline. It's very strong in flavor, and if you just take that off, your salmon will taste better. There we go. This is a boning knife. I've got a whole bunch of knives. This is one of the two that I use the most. It's thin, it's sharp. Like I said, I sharpen them myself. So I have a, I'll find out which sharpener I have. So I'm going to cut it about 1.5 inches wide. And since this is on the narrower side, I'm just going to cut them in half this way. So this is about 1 pound of salmon. I'm feeding 4 of us tonight, so I'm going to make a few kebabs up. So we'll set that aside. And now we have our salmon here. I like to season my salmon and toss it with seasoning before I skewer it. So about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. At this point, I'm going to still leave my gloves on. I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of souvlaki seasoning. This is one of my favorites. It's got garlic, mint, oregano, some black pepper. I'm going to put that. And I'm going to put a tablespoon of lemon dilly. This is really flavorful, super yummy. You're going to love this dish. You can put anything you want on salmon. This would be really good with the piri piri seasoning, which is a sweet hot combination. It would also be really good with our bruschetta seasoning for an Italian flair. Everything but the bagel seasoning. Whole food topper would be awesome to season this up with. The SPG, which is our salt, pepper, garlic blend, using the garlic sea salt. So much. There's so many ways to do this. But let's get this all covered up and ready to go. So we're going to get this all just mixed and blended together. So here they are. See, they're nice and covered and they're not overly seasoned. And we got these all right here. So now this is another trick for you. When you soak your bamboo skewers, figure you're going to have 2 for each salmon skewer. Soak them in water for about a good half hour before you get started. Grab a piece of salmon and put 2 skewers in the salmon this way. So just like this. Take a slice of lemon, put that on the 2 skewers, push down, and start with another one. We do the 2 skewers so that when you get these on the grill or broil them in the oven, when you turn them over, they don't spin around. Now, the cool thing about these salmon skewers is when you go to take this off the skewer, when you go to serve it, the lemons are going to be hot and warm and a little charred, and they're going to release their juices all over your all over the salmon. So the salmon is going to be bathed in this warm, delicious lemon juice. So I like to get about 5 pieces of salmon on a skewer. And here we go. So we're going to keep doing this until we use up all the salmon. We got neighbor Scott over for dinner again tonight. And he loves this dish. He's been social distancing with us, so lucky for him, he gets to eat it well every night right now. So, talking a little bit more about meal solutions and such, there are so many recipes out there for Epicure. You can search for them on Pinterest. You can search for them on, just type in your meal solution and just type recipe and say, what your recipe is, what your meal solution is, and look for a recipe and Google it. It'll be there. Something will pop up. So, this is how you make salmon skewers. You don't need to watch me do the rest of these. I'm going to do those, and then I'll come back on later on when we cook them up for dinner. I'll show you how to make an awesome rice pilaf using our spinach dip mix. And dinner is going to be served. I'll have a sweet treat for later on, so stay tuned, and we'll see you in a little bit. I'm going to answer any questions that got typed in because I'm not seeing them on my computer, and I can't see that far. I'm way too blind. Have a great rest of the afternoon, and we'll see you in a little while for when I start cooking these things up. Have a good one.